This is a story I wrote and performed for my girlfriend Annie. Dear Annie, I don't know if you remember, but a month after we met, you made me miss a Christmas party. We'd spent our lovely fifth date exploring downtown Silver Spring in Maryland, and then landed at your apartment. We began talking around 5 p.m. What felt like an hour later, and thus time for me to leave for the party, I checked my phone and saw that it was 11. During those 6 hours, I'm sure we told many stories, but mostly I remember your lexicon. You used the word sitch any chance you could, even when the word situation wouldn't make sense. And your word Valenday saved you from having to utter one more syllable. However, I haven't yet heard you create a term that captures the way time felt warped to me that night. It was like my past no longer existed. You know, that one in which I could only imagine meeting a gal who would lead me to believe there was nothing else in the universe, outside the walls of your seemingly clean apartment, if not for its endless, as you call them, junk drawers. I was equally unaware of a Christmas party, or any other point in the future which time accelerated me towards. It was just you and me synthesized in a moment. Before you, I'd never synthesized with anyone. In fact, for the entirety of my adulthood until I met you, I thought I was stuck in the feeling of being love-struck. A woman would show interest in me, and then 3 minutes later, I would believe I was in love with her. Eventually, she'd lose interest, and I'd feel soul-crushed. But then not long after, I'd fall in love with another woman, and on and on. I used to consider my ability to fall in love within 3 minutes of meeting someone a curse. Now, I think all those imposter loves led me to understand how harmonious I feel with you. When I returned home from the Christmas party last night, I had to write about you and how you led me to believe that time could stretch or even stand still. I wrote that you were an admittedly lazy non-writer who likes movies and sports and drives a Honda Fit. I wrote that you and I laughed together with great ease. I wrote you were even-keeled, used the term "it's fine" for many of life's inconveniences, and used lots of exclamation points in both writing and speech. Over the next couple weeks, you would tell me about your job researching applications for chemical-based patents. The chemistry exceeded my comprehension, but I gathered that one chemical synthesized with another to make a brand new whole. I laughed when you told me about your skepticism regarding the artificial sweeteners you'd been researching. I responded that I was nearly addicted to Coke Zero. There's no way you'd know this about yourself, but soon you'd join me on NFL Sundays with that shiny black aluminum can in hand. It's not that you enjoyed Coke Zero more than a Coca-Cola Classic. Rather, you just liked copying me, as I liked copying you. We would become Osprey travel bag twinsies and Telemarketer-Style headphone twinsies. You'd start awakening early like me, I'd start talking like you, and we'd start borrowing the same books from the library, yours on Kindle and mine through audio on my Twinsies headphones. Your sweet voice hovered in my mind, and sometimes I'd call instead of text just to hear it. "What's for din?" you said once. "Steak and brocc," I responded, because by then I'd become fluent in your language. I'm now thinking about another of our early dates. We met at the National Arboretum. Before beginning our walk around the gardens, I agonized about whether to use my crutches. I assumed they would disqualify me in your eyes, but I also accepted that that was okay. The crutches were a part of me, and I was done hiding. So I reached into my back seat to retrieve them. You watched me secure them around my forearms. I told you simply that I use crutches sometimes on long walks to ease the ache around my left hip bone, which was surgically removed as treatment for bone cancer. And then you said something that felt blissful to me. You said, "It's fine." You did not run away. You did not reject me. You did not opt out. What we had together felt obvious to me, and I wanted to name it. So on my birthday, just before New Year's 2019, I told you, "I don't know if you know this about yourself, but you're my girlfriend." You interjected, "No, you have to ask me." I said, "Do you want to be my girlfriend?" You said, "Yes." I'd basically never had a girlfriend before. I'd always attributed that to me being unwanted because of my past diseases and their resulting effects. Who would want me? Nobody, and I accepted that, and that was okay. Perhaps as a defense mechanism to others' impending rejection of me, I even thought romances should last exactly 1 year. At the 1 year anniversary of meeting, the couple just splits, no hard feelings. Or, at the 1 year anniversary, each party could opt in and continue for another year, but the default setting was that everyone opts out. Based on this trailblazing opt-in, opt-out system of love, surely someone would accept me on a 1 year loan, right? After you said yes to considering yourself my girlfriend, I entered into my G calendar the 1 year anniversary of our first meeting. Only instead of entering it as a one-time event, I scheduled it to repeat every year forever. With you, I didn't want to opt out, and now I can't fathom opting out. I can't imagine speed crutching ahead on a hike, then pausing to wait for you, and not seeing you approaching, steady and even-keeled. Here's the thing, though. We didn't continue onwards, at times accelerating forward, and at other times seemingly stuck in eternity together, because you lack the judgment that disqualified me in others' eyes. We continued onward because we are like those chemicals. We synthesized into one whole. We're still continuing onwards, and there's no stopping this acceleration so long as I have anything to do with it. So, Annie, here's the sitch. On this Valenday, I don't know if you know this about yourself, but you're going to spend the rest of your life with me. I just have to ask you to marry me first. You've been listening to Benjamin Rubenstein's Storytells. If you like what you've heard, please consider rating us on iTunes or your favorite podcast app. You can find more information about this and other episodes at benjaminrubenstein.com. The musical composition is titled Revealed and is composed by Ketsa. Thanks for listening. I'm Benjamin Rubenstein.